There's a framework I came across in my reading. 4 things, 4 assets you can build that no one can take from you.
Specific knowledge, leverage, judgment, accountability. Let me walk through them, not as lessons, as things I lived. Specific knowledge, the thing you were doing before anyone told you it was valuable.
For me, pausing movies, writing words in notebooks, talking to myself in the mirror, reading children's books at 25 years old while my friends were reading novels, searching the internet in English even when it took 3 times longer, changing my phone settings to English so I had to learn just to navigate.
I wasn't studying. I was collecting specific coins. Coins that only made sense in my pocket, on my journey. Coins that no one else could spend because they weren't collected the same way.
Leverage, using what you have to get what you need. The 504 Essential Vocabulary book was leverage. 1 word a day moved me further than 6 months of classes. Why? Because it was mine. I chose it. I owned it. I repeated it until it stuck.
The movies were leverage. Hours of listening, hours of pausing, hours of rewinding. Each hour a lever lifting me toward comprehension. The mirror was leverage. Months of sounding wrong. But every wrong sound taught my mouth where not to go next. Judgment. Knowing which game to play. I stopped trying to learn all of English. Stopped trying to memorize every word. Stopped believing that more was better. I started looking for the words that felt mine. The ones that showed up in my life. The ones I needed. The ones I kept encountering. The ones that mattered to me specifically. That was the game. Not mastering everything. Finding what was mine. Accountability. Playing long-term games with long-term people, Wiseman said. Play long-term games with long-term people. I read 500 books. Not in a year, in 10 years. Same game, same person in the mirror. Long term. The person in the mirror was the only one who needed to show up. The only one who needed to keep going. The only one who needed to believe it was possible. Grammar note. For years, I made a small mistake. I said, I am reading 500 books. Sounds like I'm reading them all at once. Like I'm Atlas holding up a library, like I'm trying to do everything right now. The present perfect, I have read 500 books. It means it happened. It's done. It's mine. I own it. I don't need to be reading them now. I already read them. The work is real. The progress is real. Small mistake. Long game means you have done things. Own them. That's the word. Abundance. For years, I thought language was scarcity, a limited resource. If someone else spoke well, there was less fluency left for me. If someone else knew a word I didn't, I was falling behind. But abundance means their fluency doesn't touch mine. The ocean doesn't run out of water because someone else is swimming. There's enough for everyone. There's enough for you. I still mispronounce words sometimes. Still pause movies when I hear something new. Still feel a little insecure in certain conversations. Like yesterday, actually. I was watching a show and a word came up I'd never heard. Had to pause, rewind, listen again, write it down. Still learning, still pausing, still collecting. Here's your exercise. Take 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes if you really do it. Find one sentence in English that feels like it belongs to you. Not a textbook sentence. Not a how are you sentence. Not something a teacher told you to memorize. Something you'd actually want to say. Something that feels true when you say it. Maybe it's, I have read 500 books. Maybe it's, I'm playing the long-term game with myself. Maybe it's that line from a movie you paused 5 times. The one that made you feel something. The one you repeated in the mirror. Write it down. Say it out loud 3 times. Own it. One habit. This week, every time you feel not enough in English, pause. Just pause. Take a breath and ask, what if this one word is enough right now? What if this one sentence is enough? What if this moment of learning, right here, is exactly where I'm supposed to be? It's harder than it sounds. The not enough voice is loud. It's been practicing for years. It knows all your weaknesses. It knows exactly when to show up.
But try it today, just once. Just one moment where you remove the not enough and see what's left. And when you do, you might notice something. I noticed it last week.
I was reading a book a while back, and there was a line I couldn't forget. I don't know who wrote it, I don't know the page, but it said, "Happiness is a default state. You don't need to add anything. You need to remove desire." I still feel not enough sometimes. Still compare my English to people who've been speaking it since birth. Still catch myself thinking, if I just knew this one more word, then I'd be enough. If I just sounded more natural, then I'd belong. If I just understood everything, then I'd finally feel okay. That's desire. The belief that the next word will fix everything. The next book, the next movie, the next conversation. And the truth? The next word won't fix everything. Neither will the one after that. Neither will the one after that. But here's what I've learned after 10 years. The goal isn't to own all the words. The goal is to own your words. The ones you collected alone. The ones you paused for. The ones you wrote in notebooks when no one was watching. The ones you repeated in the mirror until your reflection started to look like someone who belonged. That's specific knowledge. That's leverage. That's the long game. I still pause movies. I still mispronounce sometimes. I still have mornings where quitting knocks on the door. But I don't answer anymore. Not because I'm strong. Because I've learned that quitting isn't a visitor you have to let in. It can knock. It can knock loudly. It can knock for days. And you can still stay exactly where you are.
If you're learning English, if that journey is changing you, testing you, growing you,
if you've ever felt poor in a language that feels like it belongs to everyone but you, if you've ever watched someone speak effortlessly and felt that twist in your chest, you're in the right place. We don't do fake motivation here. We don't say, you can do anything if you just believe. We do real struggle, real progress, real honesty. Real stories of someone who started with nothing and built something one word at a time.
growth, together.
Same ocean, you belong.
That morning I didn't know the alphabet?
I opened the 504 Essential Vocabulary English book anyway. I didn't know what specific knowledge was. I'd never heard of leverage. I didn't understand the long game. I just knew that 1 word a day felt better than 0 words a day. I just knew that sitting with a book felt better than sitting with nothing. 10 years later, I've read 500 books. Not because I'm special, not because I'm gifted, not because I had some secret method. Because I played the long game with myself. Because I kept showing up. Because I learned to recognize the words that were mine. I shared my story. Now I'm curious about yours. What's your specific knowledge in English? The thing you were doing before anyone told you it was valuable? The word you paused for? The sentence you practiced in the mirror? The book that felt like it was written just for you?
I'd love to know.
Next time, I'll show you what happened when I stopped treating English like a subject and started treating it like a relationship. Same ocean. We'll swim there together. See you in the next video.